Both teams here early season, both Alcorn and Nicholls have played 2 games. Visiting Braves had a opener 1-2 loss against McNeese, followed up with a 1-6 loss at ULM. Host Colonels with a decent start so far in the season, went up to Louisiana Tech, 2-2 draw, followed it up a couple days later on Saturday with a school record 11 goals and an 11-0 shutout win over Arkansas Pine Bluff. And as we get started, kickoff goes to the Braves of Alcorn. Look at their starting lineup. In defense, Vivian Sanchez, Bridget Saki, Layla Llanos Borsico, and that's Kate Guillory for the Colonels, sophomore from Lafayette, Louisiana, the big tackle there in the midfield. That's Bridget Saki that we had mentioned earlier, a huge tackle on Kate Guillory. So, both teams looking to push forward early on. Let's continue the Braves starting lineup. 7, Sophia Bobby, Ainara Aldiano. Guillory tries to find someone through the midfield. And we might have our first chance here. That is a save by Nicholls goalkeeper Aslan Wright. Senior from Front Royal, Virginia. High Point transfer. Had a big week last week. And with that was named Southland Conference Goalkeeper of the Week. So adding to her save total early in the season already. Southland Conference Goalkeeper of the Week, Aslan Wright. 11 saves over the weekend. Guillory with a step around. Finds Alyssa Wheeler, one of 2 Colonels in that weekend. Along also starting number 29, Olivia Pugh, with 2 goals and an assist. Not nice for Coach Christy Helmers and the staff to have another pair on the bench. Sydney Becker not starting today, I'm sorry. And Kaylee Harris also have 2 goals and an assist. So nice to be able to come off the bench with that. I'm sure we'll see Becker. There's Helmers, as she has a strong bench with, we mentioned, Becker and Alyssa Wheeler. Also starting today, Jeslyn Nelson, freshman forward from Niceville, Florida, with 2 goals on this season. She had a beautiful second goal to tie it up. 7 minutes left at Louisiana Tech. And that is Alcorn coach Ken Caburo, his second season. Gets his team in shape. Pause here before this throw in, and referee says it's time to play. Header out by Olivia Holmes, freshman from Ogden, Utah, Central Wyoming transfer. As the Braves move up the field. We might get our first corner of the game for the Braves. It is. Trying to get a look and see who's taking that. 15. Darren Domekmore, sophomore, Charleston, West Virginia. Braves making the trip south today. First corner of the game from Domekmore. Can't connect. Colonels can't quite get there for the counter. Mangla Zuma tries to find Domekmore. Olivia Holmes knocks it out for another Braves throw-in in front of the Colonel bench. Let's take a look there. That is Olivia Holmes, freshman from Ogden, Utah, Central Wyoming. A couple Central Wyoming transfers on the Colonel team. Assistant coach Ben Nelson in his first season was previously the head coach there and brought some of his student athletes with him down to the Bayou. Another header out by Holmes. So Braves try to push up the sideline. Healy trying to find Domekmore. Beautiful night here in Thibodaux, Louisiana. It is hot and humid as you'd expect in August. Sure we'll have a hydration break. The big throw doesn't connect. Risponi, the sophomore from Baton Rouge, tries to move it up the field. by Sammy Doyle briefly. Senior transfer from Holmes Community College in her second season with the Colonels, as well as Risponi. Some of the classes of these student athletes are going to be interesting. Over the summer, the NCAA passing some new eligibility rules, several student athletes getting an extra year. So while we say Sammy Doyle is a senior, she has another year of eligibility next year. It's going to take a lot getting used to, and I'm sure over the course of the year, we're going to, across all the seasons, we're going to get a bit confused. Alcorn again pushes it up. Sophia Bobby can't quite handle it, and we'll get a Nicholls throw in. Take a look there at the throw in. Grad transfer Reagan Goodwin, transfer from Winthrop. Goodwin, also a Virginia native, like Aslan Wright. Pass there from Jeslyn Nelson, freshman from Niceville, Florida, can't connect. In goal for the Braves, number 16, Bailey Morales, Fremont, California. Transfer from City College of San Francisco. 6 minutes into this match, we get one shot from the Braves and save from Aslan Wright. Aslan Wright, also a senior, but would have another season to compete next year. So we get a first foul by the Braves. Colonels pushing forward. It looks like a foul was on Anik Mangazuma. Was, as we mentioned, Olivia Pugh earlier, 2 goals and an assist. Kind of playing out of the back. Oh, Sammy Doyle gets a and her first goal. The chip by senior Sammy Doyle gets the Colonels off to an early lead. See that captain armband there on Sammy Doyle. So just a chip right over Perales. Interestingly enough, she had a very similar play at Louisiana Tech last Thursday, and the ball just hit the crossbar. Would have got a win up there in Ruston for the Colonels, but that's Sammy Doyle. Her first goal of the season. Colonels up 1-0 here in Thibodaux, Louisiana. Right off the kickoff, Braves pushing forward again. It's uncountable number of throw-ins in front of the Colonel bench already. I've seen a few times. Domekpour takes a spot and moves the rest of the team up the field. Mangazuma back to Domekpour. So the Colonels, as we mentioned, off the school record 11 goals in the previous game at Arkansas Pine Bluff. Trying to keep it going. And as I do that, we've had a guest on the call. Vice President for Athletics at Nicholls, Jonathan Terrell, walked up with a big smile as he saw his Colonels score an early goal.
How about that? Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
It's, as we kind of get through this game, I'll interrupt if we have anything else exciting that happens. I'm sure you're hoping that happens a lot. If you want, we talked earlier before the game, first game of the season here on campus, first week of the school semester starting, a lot of excitement. Talk about where things are at Nicholls Athletics.
Well, I can tell you this, man. It is a real busy time, as you well know, Andrew, for all that you got going on, and also being the voice. But, it's good to have everybody back on campus. We got a busy week, as everybody knows, and starting with today. And first home game on Thursday for football, and volleyball on Friday, 5 and 11 at home. So we're about to be some busy bees, man. And got some construction happening with softball and soccer. And so they're 2 new facilities, and really excited about the future of Nicholls Athletics and the things that are going on, and community and people diving into what's really important.
Spony to Doyle to Pugh is trying to get through there. And I mentioned Pugh earlier, one of 4 Colonels with 2 goals and an assist 2 games into the season. We mentioned head coach Christy Helmers has got to like having 2 that start and 2 coming off the bench.
No kidding, man. That's pretty awesome. I know you talked about the 11 goals last week, and for me to be walking up and us to get one in right away is exciting. So looking forward to what the season holds for these young ladies.
So since we're here, soccer, we'll talk a little bit about, you mentioned, and we'll get there, some construction going over at the soccer facility on campus. But we aren't on campus. We are just off campus, right across the street. You turn around, you can see building where your office is, the football stadium, covered practice facility. So while we're here, we're at Thibodeau Regional Health System Sports Complex. Talk a little bit about what this complex here means to not only the soccer program and the rest of the athletic department.
Yeah, I think we say it over and over again. There's no Nicholls Athletics without Thibodeau Regional Health Systems. I mean, the opportunity that we have to have such a top-notch place to play and put our student athletes in. What a great partner to have when you're talking about Thibodeau Regional Health Systems. The trainers, the fact that we have these great facilities, the fact that they are always in the midst of giving and helping out all of our student athletes, whether it's food or taking care of them in the hospital. We are very, very fortunate.
The Braves looking. Oh, looks like we're gonna have a foul here and a potential PK.
That's tough.
No?
No?
Offside?
No. No, it's a PK.
Oh, it is a PK. Yeah, they're getting out of the way. So probably not what head coach Christy Helmers wanted. It's like that foul may have been on Olivia Holmes. We're going to stop the clock here for this PK, and we'll see that was she took down Darren Domekpour. They've been trying to find Domekpour down that right side the whole game. She got into the box. It's going to set up Anik Mangazuma, a sophomore from Cameroon. Steve Aslan Wright, we mentioned reigning Southland Conference goalkeeper of the week. She's got one save already. I believe that was a save from Zuma. See if she can get another. Zuma's shot past the outstretched arms are right. It is 1-1 Nicholls and Alcorn, and we got a whole lot of game left to play. Aslan Wright guessed to the right side, but Mangazuma just put it beyond her reach. It's I guess if you're Alcorn coaches, we watch here Mangazuma one more time. Yeah, Wright wasn't getting to that unless she had superpowers.
I was about to say, unless she had superpowers.
Mangazuma put that out of reach, did her job, asked what Coach Ken Kabiru wanted. And if you're Alcorn coach Ken Kabiru, you could have asked for a better answer there. Go down 1-0, kind of a tough goal. Obviously, Sammy Doyle had a beautiful chip, but you don't usually see goals that way. Nicholls pushes forward very fast. Played the initial kickoff backwards, then a big boot trying to get back into the box. So we did mention while we're here, this game there's been a lot of action early on, so I'll probably have to interrupt you. But talked about on off campus and what you the soccer program has here. And I guess we'll move backwards. We mentioned if you turn around, you'll see a giant practice facility that most people will say, wow, that's great for the football team. I know you've mentioned when that was being built, kind of how you kept soccer and the rest of the programs in mind with that.
Yeah, so it's been, every time we getting ready, everybody was like, man, football's building a really nice place. And, soccer is football, right? So, it was awesome. We built it with everybody in mind. We know that soccer uses it, cheer uses it, baseball uses it, softball uses it for camps. It is definitely community. We call it the Go Bear Oil, and the Go Bear family have their name on that. And I think that we're so fortunate that they've helped with scholarships and do some things to help out our student athletes. And so we've been in this heat, Andrew. We've been very, very fortunate to have a covered practice facility.
Yeah, without a doubt. It looks like we may have. Trying to see there. It didn't look like that was offside. Must have been a foul there from Alcorn. So then I guess as we keep moving backwards, you mentioned the construction on campus at the soccer facility. So this soccer program, there's more facilities that they have access to. I'm sure that is great for Coach Helmers, and you're really proud what's about to come on campus as well.
Yeah, we just had a meeting today to finish some stuff with the plans, but concrete's supposed to be poured tomorrow, and really excited for these young ladies to have a really nice spot to be able to get dressed, meet, and do really good things. Have the opportunity to learn from coaches, and they have a good space, and so really, really excited about what that looks like.
That ball, Sophie Bobie couldn't quite get that across. She's trying to play the outside of her right foot. Yeah, so really a big transformation here. You mentioned, I think this is year 6 at this facility. It's filled, as looks like, with Nicholls student athletes tonight. They're all showing up for the soccer home opener. At this facility, they have a covered practice facility that you can get out of the sun and out of the heat, and then a new operations building with full of coaches' offices, locker room, meeting spaces. As Kate Guillory, the second time trying to get something going, can't connect with Sammy Doyle. Guillory, we mentioned, sophomore from Lafayette, Louisiana. Second year, he's gotten a whole lot of playing time, just barely over 1 season in Thibodaux.
Andrew, you're talking about going back and talking about soccer. You talk about what's about to happen in front of the stadium with our new parking lot that's about to go. that we really hope is going to be done before the first game. But I have faith in GIS and the team that's putting that down.
Yeah, I was driving through campus today. There's a Starbucks going up on campus. Soccer facilities got work on. Softball has a new operations building, the same as soccer, with offices, locker rooms, meeting spaces. That's just past, I believe, right field.
Yes.
There's a few other facilities kind of coming. The beautiful coastal center in here, the closest to the coast, and state operations kind of headquartered on campus to help coastal erosion in Louisiana. And I was told that not only has that building gone so successful, it's not even officially open yet, that there's 1 and 2 annexes already in the works coming for it because of the work that is being done here at Nicholls.
Yeah, it's amazing how fast. I mean, you're talking about 2 annexes real quick, and this building is open, but not truly. We hadn't cut a ribbon on it yet, but it's occupied and already ready for another plan. So we've been very fortunate.
Yeah, I was reading that President Dr. Jay Clune is very, very excited because one of the things that we'll do is this Sammy Doyle can't, looks like Pew to Doyle couldn't quite get there as Pew trying to find Doyle for a second goal of the game. But President Jay Clune was very excited about the engineering program that will come with those annexes to the Coastal Center, and then everything that it will do for coastal erosion and levees and water management throughout South Louisiana, because it's I'm not sure if that threat will ever leave. Try and protect the people here in the region that Nicholls serves.
Yeah, it is really, really important, and we're glad it's here, man. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're probably about 4 to 5 minutes away from a hydration break, if I had to guess. There's rules that the NCAA establishes based on temperature or wet ball breeding and a few things as Braves look to push forward down the right side. Cross coming and connects. Guillory there. Stops the shot by Grace Ambrose. So if one name, obviously, there's Ambrose trying to connect as she gets by someone. Another shot. Oh, Aslan Wright. Got enough of that to push it to the right. Anik Mangazuma with the goal. But that name, 14, Grace Ambrose, 2 goals for coming into today for Alcorn. She had one of them and an assist on the other. So not surprised there to take a second look. Grace Ambrose, sure she will be featured throughout the day. Braves are set to take this corner. It's short. Cross coming in. Ooh. There's Mangazuma. She stayed on. Can't quite connect, and Risponi knocks it out for the Alcorn throw-in. Sophia Bobie there, 7. Highly active in those is Vivian Sanchez that passed into her. Bobie trying to get back to the middle of the field. Not a ton of action down the left side of the Braves so far. A lot on the right. Those change the field dimensions a little bit. That's Mangazuma up to Sanchez, and she was offside. Corner into side netting. So you see right there behind Sanchez a little bit. Steeplechase pits and things. Also the home of Nicholls Track and Field. Right behind us, we mentioned this facility, not just for soccer and track and field. Behind us, 12 beach volleyball courts, 12 beach volleyball courts, 12 tennis courts. Recently the host of the Southland Conference Tennis Championship. I believe in the cycle for the beach volleyball championship as well.
Yep.
I know you mentioned Thibodeau Regional as see Grace Ambrose kind of showing us why she's leading the Braves in goals and assists coming in today. Trying to take on the whole Colonel defense.
And she can run. I think that
she's tired now.
That hydration break needs to happen right now.
And you know, that was one of the things watching the World Cup this summer. They talked about how you plan differently from a game plan standpoint with that hydration break. As Alcorn's goal scorer Mangazuma going out to take this corner, but as a coach, you can plan differently. I'm sure as a player, you play differently as well when you know you do have a break coming up.
Yeah.
Mangazuma set to take this corner. Front of the cane. High arching corner. Doesn't connect. Nicholls stops the threat, looking to push on. It's Jeslyn Nelson. Oh, just behind Risponi. Braves kind of regrouping in the back. Pushing it back for the first time tonight. It's been a lot of moving forward, and that's goal scorer Sammy Doyle putting Perales under pressure. Risponi can't quite get that turn. Hugh, a great shield there. On the left side, she's trying to find Doyle just in front of her. Becca Quoba, clearance. Hugh keeping the Colonel attack on. Plays back again to Perales. Doyle, Coach Christy Helmers, one of the reasons Doyle is up there, hydration break or not, Doyle constantly putting opposing defenders under pressure, making passes tough. She mentioned always putting people under pressure as this Braves quickly move up the field. Past the right side, that is foul there. Stop there from Tia Patrol, junior transfer from Eastern Florida State. Foul there. Followed up right after that as Colonel's kind of reset, and that's Tia Patrol with the free kick over midfield. Second ball won by the Braves. Alcorn again positioned to put some power pressure on the Colonels. Nicholls defense gets back. Seen a lot of Bobie. Play on, says the referee, as the Colonels look to push forward here very fast. Possibly have some numbers up the sideline to Doyle. Can't quite connect. We've seen Pugh and Doyle connect once already for a goal. Just out of Doyle's reach a few other times. As Perales comes, pushes to the left. Thing that we've seen Alcorn do early on in the game, a lot of they don't really mess around. Once they pass out of the back, it's forward. If they don't have something, come back again. So if they kind of quick passes, beat you up the field. There's a great pass there from Perales. As once again, watching Grace Ambrose, I'm glad I'm not defending her today. She is very fast at putting this Nicholls defense under pressure. Taking a look there to Olivia Holmes and Taya Patrol. Another throw-in coming from the Braves, I believe. Yeah, here we go. Here's our hydration break. Nope, it is not the hydration break. We may have a sub. This is a good time to take a hydration break. I wouldn't be surprised if we did all of them. It looks like we have a free kick coming. There was a foul. Maybe to try and a little bit scoring threat here from the Braves. We may wait to take the hydration break until after. It's got a left-footed attack coming from out on the wide on the right from Mangazuma. Goal scorer early for Alcorn. She tries to in-swing this a bit. Can't connect. Quick Nicholls clearance. This ball rolls out. We'll probably get our hydration break. Doesn't look like that it is. And will we? We have a subs for both teams. Nope, sorry. That is not subs for both teams. That is the fourth official. Apologize. That purple jersey was a purple penny. Now we have subs coming for the Colonels. Risponi and Doyle, two of the attackers coming out into the Nicholls lineup. That is 26, Jessica Vagno, sophomore Western Carolina transfer. And I believe with her, we'll try and get that other number. It's a midfielder. 25, I believe. Gentry Watrous, freshman from Chandler, Arizona. This Colonels quickly after that break looking to push forward. Can't connect. That's Pugh up top. Looks like she may have moved into a more central role with the subs, and it does look like that. Maybe possibly, it looks like kind of a three-person attack. Pugh, Avagno, and Jeslyn Nelson. With Avagno coming in, Nelson may have pushed to the middle. See Alyssa Wheeler there, two of the Wheeler sisters. Kaylin Wheeler, sister, Clovis, California. No hydration break. We had a Alcorn sub there into the game. Larissa Joso Luma, the other goal scorer in the 1-2 loss to McNeese. Oh, got some pressure here immediately for Joso Luma. Grace Ambrose behind. Oh, Luma putting a whole lot behind that. She's asking for a little bit of a touch there to get a corner. Not quite there. As we look at this Joso Luma, she's trying to bring the power right there in the upper 90. Can't quite get it. Don't usually get opportunities like that 10 seconds into the game. Zaslin Wright sets it down for the goal kick. Last little under 20 minutes to go here in the first half. It is 1-1 Alcorn Nicholls. After the first 10 minutes, I don't think we would have thought we'd have gone in 20 without a goal. A lot of early action. Both teams kind of settled in. Bit more pressure from Alcorn since they scored.
Andrew on this August 20th night. He's got a cool little breeze.
Yeah, if you're lived in South Louisiana your whole life, how often can you say you get a cool breeze in August?
I've never said that before, ever in my life, which is unbelievable to be sitting here comfortable.
Vagno tried to connect, and once again pushing forward quickly, offside. Darren Domekper, we said her name quite a few times down that right side. As we've seen, when they get that in the midfield, they're pushing forward and had some speed. A couple times down the right side, either Ambrose or Domekper. Coach Caburo, I'm sure, hoping he just gets one of those that connects. Had one a second with Josaluma, who had just come into the game. Nicholls looks to take the lead. Early on, Nicholls definitely had more pressure, scored the early goal. Since then, it's been definitely more Alcorn. Ambrose again trying to take on the whole Nicholls defense.
Oh, my
Speed.
God.
See why she's so dangerous there in the midfield.
No doubt. She does not stop running, that's for sure.
Can't quite connect. Oh, maybe Pugh heads it forward. Oh, we might get. Nope.
Corner?
And it looks like that. Yep, that'll be the first corner for the Colonels. Jeslyn Nelson that pushed forward. Looks like we may have a little bit of a break here as Bernita Baffy is down. Tweaked her back a little bit. Looks like the corner will be taken by Alyssa Wheeler. Talk about Wheeler and we talk about the NCAA eligibility rules a little bit. Wheeler's a little bit different. She's actually in her 5th year as she takes this, tries the high looping ball, doesn't connect. Oh, I think that was Nelson. Colonels can't quite connect. Didn't have great contact there. I think that was Nelson. But as Perales gets to take his free kick, not all seniors are kind of true seniors. And you'll notice as schools across the country are trying to figure out how to indicate people they're seniors. If it is their last year, it's their 5th year. Wheeler is in her 5th year, and so she does not have access to that extra year. And if you were confused at home, talk to coaches around the country. So are they. So don't feel too bad about that. Some discussions earlier when I got here, found out there was one tennis student athlete here that they get access to the old eligibility rules and new rules. The old rules gave her 1 season of eligibility. The new rules 3. So I'm sure Coach Dell Pride, brand new tennis coach he had here, he was really excited that he was going to get that student athlete for 3 and not just 1 year's. Yeah, kind of crazy as that happens. And so coaches around the country, it doesn't help that there's been lawsuits that kind of confuse it even more and who's playing and who's not. I think part of the reasoning behind these rules was to streamline things from the NCAA, make it a little bit easier, take waivers, people playing multiple seasons, and the NCAA probably having to decide between things when it's probably not all that fair when people might not have the greatest documentation versus when people can. So the other thing is, you may be years after an event happened, and how do you kind of document those things? So I think moving forward, it's going to be really, really good. During COVID, most student athletes got a 5th year anyway. A lot of those lawsuits coming from that one class in the middle that didn't get access to the COVID 5th year or these new eligibility rules. So kind of see how all that goes. And that is set to throw it in. Bernita Bafu, we mentioned her earlier, kind of tweaked her back a little bit. She might be out there. It looks like she's got the ability for a big throw into the box. Domekper gets a head on it. Pops it right up in front of the goal. Is Wright looks for another big throw of her own. Tries to connect. That is with sub Gentry Watrous.
What?
Looks like Watrous with the foul. See if Viviana Sanchez can get up. Watrous with the possession. Oh yeah, just right from behind. I'm not sure she saw Sanchez coming up there. See Sanchez feeling it in the back of her left ankle. Big surge there. Looks like it is from Nicholls football. Big group here with the Vuvuzelas, made popular, I believe, the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. Ball's out of play. The Nicholls throw on the opposite sideline.
Pretty awesome to see this many student athletes out supporting. We talk about if not us, then who? And we got to come out and support each other. So it's pretty awesome to be able to see our coaches take the lead on that as well.
Another ball up over top. That's Domekper. She's got someone at her side. Aslan Wright.
Wow.
She is the Southland Conference goalkeeper of the week. That started with Grace Ambrose, that pushing forward. We've seen it several times at offside. Guess that'll happen. Oh, not offside, but the referee says play on. Pugh looks to go down the left sideline. Tries to get her own ball through it. Alcorn was through balls coming from further back. They've also stopped the Colonels on a few of them. A little bit done a little bit better job there early on. I think it's pretty easy to see Alcorn strategy what that might be, and it's almost worked a few times. Had some great opportunities.
They can definitely run.
I mean, they got some speed.
They got some speed. They have a great touch.
The timing's been nice.
Yeah.
Ambrose again, see if she can get someone going, looking to push the field. That is Kate Guillory with the tackle. Changes for the Colonels. Only they can't connect. Another throw in from Bernita Baffi. That right side. Let me look again here. It's the outside of the foot. Looked like Manga Zuma, the goal scorer, was trying to connect with Joso Luma, who had another chance earlier right when she came in. Bernita Baffi, you can see there those throw-ins. She's trying to definitely, she's got those strong arms. Once again, right there to stop Cross, trying to find Ambrose. Mentioned Ambrose been involved in both goals this season for the Braves. Guillory trying to find Avanio. Easy play out by Bridget Saki as Colonels. Sub coming. We'll have a throw.
What about that water break we were talking about?
Didn't get the water break. I figured it's August 20th, definitely getting that.
We always got it
Did
in
not
August.
come.
The hydration break.
Jeslyn Nelson coming out. Coming in, Kaylee Harris. Harris scored 2 goals in the game at Arkansas Pine Bluff. He's got 11 minutes here in the first half to try and get something else going. Just keeps possession. Colonel throwing. Harris tries to go quick. Pugh. All right, was that Pugh? Hard to read. Pugh Watros, excuse me. Take a look there. Olivia Holmes, freshman. New to Thibodaux. I've always wondered this as we talked about the heat and the lack of hydration break. When you're from somewhere like Wyoming, or you're an international student athlete, and you're from a place like Denmark, Tia Patchell, she's been in Florida at least the last few years, but I can't imagine what it's like. I've done it in South Louisiana. When you get off that plane in New Orleans and you walk out of that AC and you hit a wall, you didn't think it was physically possible the air to be that thick.
Like somebody put a sock.
It got to be
like somebody put a sock over your face, my friend.
Got to be a tough adjustment.
Definitely a tough adjustment. I know when we are traveling and get back home, we know how we feel when we get off the plane. So can only imagine.
Talked with head coach Christy Helmers about that a little bit. She was talk a little bit about Christy. She's in her second year here. Oh, as Guillory with a turnover. That's Grace Ambrose as she runs right by the Nicholls defense, and Aslan Wright cannot stop that. Grace Ambrose, second goal of the season. I don't know if there's anyone on the field quite as fast as Grace Ambrose tonight. It is 2-1 Alcorn here in Thibodaux. You'll see this real quick. Guillory just a little bit too heavy of a touch. Ambrose takes it right past the rest of the Nicholls defense. 1v1 with Wright. Gets her to kind of come out and commit. Passes it to the left side. 2-1 Alcorn. 9:40 to go here in the first half. And it looks like Ambrose, for her, gets congratulated with a break of herself. We'll see. Is she coming back out? She's just getting up. Yeah, looks like she might be staying on the field. She's getting a quick drink. She may have been playing like everyone else for that hydration break. And the Braves are not set. The referee says play on. Colonels push up. As Harris can't quite get there. More Ambrose. Finds Demekpor. By the Colonel defense again. This Alcorn speed has been very prevalent. Aslan Wright breaks up that pass, trying to find Josa Luma. I think Josa Luma came on as a sub. I think she's got one directive from Coach Cabiero. That is to get involved and score goals. She's been active since the moment she got in. We talked a little bit before that goal about head coach Christy Helmer. She's like, oh, as Harris gets on something there, she can make that pass. I think that's Pugh or Watrous. Sorry, I think that was Pugh. Sorry. Hair color similar.
Yeah, I know.
It's the 25 and 29 look very, very close. But head coach Christy Helmer is trying to get this changed up. Ball goes out for the Colonels. But talk a little bit about, we'll have a sub here. We'll get the sub first. That is coming out.
Better Bonadonna.
Olivia Holmes.
Oh, Olivia Holmes.
Came out. Cameron Bonadonna, I believe, that came in.
Yep.
All right. It's hard to see across the field a little bit. But talk a little bit about Coach Christy Helmer's, her second year here, former Colonel, came back and making a foul there. Yeah, it was the setup for the Alcorn free kick.
Yeah, very fortunate, man, to be able to have Christy back. I remember watching Christy play and have Coach Helmer's, how special this place is, and to come back and want to make it different, make it better, and very fortunate to be able to have her and her assistants to come back and lead the team. And so we can remember what happened last year, just every year just trying to make it better. And so, she has a lot of pride about the place, and you know how we are with, being a Colonel and touching this place and leaving something special. And so for her to come back and lead the team has been awesome as a line.
So I think we got the sub wrong. As we were looking here, kind of a dangerous spot. We're about to have a Nicholls free kick just off the left side, left corner of the box. And looks like Wheeler, I think, will take that. That sub was actually, I believe, Karis Phillip, sophomore from Baton Rouge. Trying to get that number there. I believe this is Wheeler taking it. It is. Alyssa Wheeler, see if she goes for goal. She does, up and over the crossbar. We'll count for 3 next Thursday.
Yeah.
Home opener in the football.
Yeah, it'll be good. We'll take them.
Football team facing Alcorn SWAC rival Mississippi Valley State.
Yes, and we are looking forward to welcoming Coach Terrell Buckley in his first game as head coach, and we are really, really excited about the fact that see our football team be able to play somebody else other than us.
Yeah, as you talk of the coaches of any sport, when you get those last kind of week and a half, 2 weeks before you play your first game, guys get tired of seeing the same faces. Things might get a little chippy. Some words might be said that it wouldn't be otherwise. Did see a second ago another substitute, Sydney Becker, sophomore from right down the road here in Thibodaux, Louisiana. Sydney saw her family earlier, Dad Jeremy Becker, longtime Colonel fan, and talk a bit about her grandpa and his role here at Nicholls.
Yeah, Coach Becker. Jack Becker, being a former basketball player, he would tell you that he was the reason that we had all of those Missouri people here. He would tell me all the time. But Coach Becker, what a gem. I was able to work with him at Vanderbilt Catholic, and what a great man. Miss Coach Becker for sure.
Yeah, I was in the community for a very long time. Very interesting, as you mentioned, the very early on Nicholls history started. Nicholls, the Colonels almost got through here a couple times, just under 5 minutes to go, trying to tie this up before the break. There's just baseball and men's basketball teams, and there was a large number of student athletes from Missouri. Didn't really happen in the 60s at the time. You'd have student athletes come from kind of further away like that. And let's see if we get a foul here. We do not play on. Becker's challenging it. Oh, side net. Close there from Becker. But it looks like it was deflected. We're going to get a Nicholls corner coming. 4 minutes to go. But it's kind of strange every once in a while. You'll meet someone at a game here. You'll find out they're from Missouri, and you know exactly kind of why. It was a connection that we had a whole lot of baseball and men's basketball student athletes down on the bayou. I believe this is Wheeler again taking set pieces for the Colonels here in the first half. Perales, the goalkeeper, kind of came out to possibly get the teammate a drink. For 3.5 minutes to go. Colonels trying to tie this one up before the break in Thibodaux, Louisiana. Right in front of the box. Ooh, Perales. I don't think she thought that was going to come so cleanly to her. Ended up dropping right into her hands. A little surprised, almost popped out. Perales, you can say, has played a very good first half. I guess the goal you can possibly argue is that Vanyo puts the Alcorn defense under pressure, earns the possession and the throw-in coming from Nicholls here. Tough ball there, came out, maybe shouldn't have, just popped over her head by Sammy Doyle, and Colonels turn it right back over to Alcorn. So we will have a sub coming for Alcorn.
No, we don't have a hydration break.
We do not have a hydration break. Let's see who this sub is. Domekpour put in a lot of time coming off, and that is junior from Bogota, Colombia, Mariana Ruiz Montoya. She's playing a little bit differently, more central for the Braves than Domekpour. But that may have pushed Mangazuma out to the right. Brighton Brown passes it back to right. Brown, another one of those Central Wyoming recruits this year, came with assistant coach Ben Nelson. Brown, a native of Idaho Falls, Idaho.
Come on.
Vanyo down the right side, see what she can get. She has some help from Harris in the middle. She can get it. No, right over the head. Folks, it is 2:02 with 2:02 on the clock. It's goal by her first home game as a Colonel, Jessica Vanyo. See this pass comes from. That is Harris. As you'll kind of see, Harris makes that pass, and somehow she was an option midfield as well. Kind of kept Perales on her feet. Vanyo right over that right shoulder. But that pressure coming centrally kept Perales guessing, and that is Harris that got the assist. And the assist on the first in the celebration with Jessica Vanyo. Jessica Vanyo, sophomore from Western Carolina transfer, Barrie, Ontario. First home game as a Colonel in one goal. As a former student athlete, JT, when you have this crowd behind you, a lot of your peers, these student athletes, they get excited when something happens. And once again, the Braves putting Nicholls defense under pressure. That's Mangazuma, couldn't quite get the cross there. Right there again. Talk about that pop.
Yeah, there's nothing
pop.
more,
it's already tight.
It's already exciting. There's nothing more
exciting. She tries to keep it going.
Nothing more exciting than to have this crowd behind you, man, getting you excited. And
take a look at the Vanyo there. Came in, Coach Helmer said, in the spring. So she was able to get the whole spring in. Probably definitely helps with getting the game system, working with people, getting to know where they are. Worked with Harris in the spring and in the summer. And that's Harris again. 2 goals on the year herself and now an assist. Guillory plays it, trying to find Harris again. Harris kind of make a quick play there, trying to connect. Guillory gets it back. Joe Saluma, don't really see her coming back to play defense a whole lot. She's out there to push forward. Cross coming here. I think that's Becker out into the box. I believe. Watrous, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Gentry Watrous. Mentioned came on as a sub, freshman from Chandler, Arizona. Harris herself, now with 2 goals and 2 assists on the season. As we are closing down this first half, it is some action early. Alcorn kind of putting a whole lot of pressure on the Colonels in the middle of the first half, and then we got 2 goals late. And as you see Jessica Vanyo running off, make time halftime for the Colonels here a whole lot better as that goal powered it right over the left shoulder. As we head to break, so do both teams. It is 2-2 here at the half in Thibodaux, Louisiana. tie here going into halftime. Alcorn, 2 goals in their first 2 games, have equaled that output in the first half. The Colonels had a 2-2 draw in their first game at Louisiana Tech last Thursday. And as we get to start the second half, we take a look at the Alcorn Braves getting ready. Some late strategy. We saw Joseph Luma there, who's a sub in the first half, is starting in the second. Colonels will take this kickoff. That looks like Sammy Doyle that will take it. Scored the first goal for the Colonels. We have a special guest in the second half, a new special guest. The first half we had Vice President for Intercollegiate Athletics, Jonathan Terrell. In the second half, started off Nicholls head football coach, Tommy Rybacki. Coach, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. Enjoying some good soccer tonight.
Yeah, we had a little bit of, for you and the rest of the Colonels, a lot of excitement early on there. Took a 1-0 lead, and then right before half, tied it back up. After tonight, Nicholls soccer will be home again on Sunday. Also next Saturday. So next weekend, kind of an action-packed week here on campus. The day before, volleyball, 3 games on campus, 2 of them early on. A deep throw coming for Nicholls, trying to get back up on top. As I mentioned, head coach Janae Ryman, the volleyball team, 2 games on Friday, and the night before, home opener for you and Colonel football.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We're getting right into game week today, 7 days away. And we've had a really good camp, and we're excited to shift gears and get into that regular game week routine here starting tomorrow with our Sunday practice.
We were talking with JT in the first half about how guys get tired of seeing the same faces in front of them, and they're looking to see someone else, a different color jersey for sure. Talk a little bit about what you all are looking at Mississippi Valley State coming up here on Thursday.
Yeah, so looking forward to a good opponent coming into John L. Guidry on Thursday. Outstanding opportunity for us to be able to open our season at home for the second year in a row, and then to be one of the first games in all of college football is really exciting for our players. When you look at Mississippi Valley, you got a second-year coach and Terrell Buckley, and they finished the season hot with a big win over FAMU, and they returned their quarterback, and you know that they're going to have a talented crew, and our guys got to prepare, and we got to study them and get ready to go play a good football game on Thursday.
So, second-year head coach, I'm sure you're we'll get a deep turnover there as the Hugh tries to get across into Doyle, can't. Looks like we have another Nicholls throw-in coming. But I guess it's got to be nice that head coach Terrell Buckley is in his second year. You have a little bit better idea of what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Versus him being a brand new head coach and brand new system, whereas you in your first year as a head coach last year, I'm sure there was a lot that people thought we were going to do because, I mean, it was your defense for 10 years.
Right, absolutely. You know, you want to know what you're getting ready to see, especially early in the season when you're playing with new players. You want them to be prepared. But then being able to look at Mississippi Valley, a second-year coach, returns a lot of coaches. You know, Terrell Buckley, very involved on the defense, so you know what you're getting from that standpoint. And then offensively, they got the play caller back from down the stretch at the end of the year. And so you're right. It's great to play against a team that you got an idea of what they're doing or what they're going to be looking to do next Thursday.
JT and I talked a little bit in the first half about all the changes to college athletics, some of them the new eligibility rules and fifth year and sometimes not a fifth year for people and who has access to whatnot and lawsuits and everything that kind of make it very confusing for we mentioned if the viewers at home are a little confused, don't worry about it. So are our coaches. But with all that, you mentioned new players, and obviously that happens a lot of times when coaches kind of take over. There's a little bit more turnover, but that's also kind of the state of college athletics now. Just the retention, the numbers aren't quite as high. So for you as a head coach, I guess here at Nicholls, as the Colonels push forward, looking for a chance. Shot coming, Sammy Doyle, and again Doyle with her second of the game. Jeslyn Nelson, the freshman, with the connection with Doyle, and the Colonels are up 3-2. Big game here from Sammy Doyle. We mentioned she's one of the beneficiaries of that fifth year. Just passes it right under Paralysis' outstretched arm. Couldn't quite get it. She will get another year next year, whereas this would have been her senior year and has the option to come back. But some quick action there. You have your own special guest here. You're our special guest, and
Yeah, we got CC making her way around right there.
your daughter. So I guess we were talking about that. What does that mean? It's the new state of college athletics. How do you embrace it? How do you I'm sure you'd love to have all your guys back. But what does that mean from a team building perspective in the new rules? All right, we have as we mentioned, his Coach Ryback. He's got a special guest. His daughter's here. Yeah, so she's all right. She's got her dad. That's all she needs.
Yeah, no doubt.
Fix that problem. So yeah, if you can, what does that mean from a roster building perspective? And we got a lot of new soccer student athletes here at Nicholls and the same at Alcorn. Kind of this new world of college athletics, and how do you navigate that?
Yeah, first you alluded to it with the more turnover on the roster year in and year out, and what we're dealing with in football is basically 2 graduating classes every year. Everybody's used to seeing 15 to 20 seniors walk away from the program when they're done with their eligibility. And then now every year in our conference, you're going to see 15 to 20 players leave each program because guys are going to look for new opportunities. Either they've played well and got a chance to move up, or maybe they're looking for an opportunity to play more. And so you're going to see more turnover. You're going to see bigger signing classes. And for us, it's about finding our edge here at Nicholls. How can we navigate this new environment and give ourselves the best advantage and the best opportunity to be successful while continuing to build the type of teams that everybody knows represent this region? And that for us is continuing to recruit the high school players. We're fortunate in this new age of college athletics to be in an area that's very talent rich and has so many players that play at the college level, especially at Nicholls. And so we got to do a great job of recruiting our talent base and recruiting in our footprint so that we can continue to get those players here and have success as a program.
Yeah, and I guess if the quicker you are to embrace that, the more success you have. You can kind of settle in and the mindset to move forward. And I'm sure if not, a program can take a whole year off as Doyle tries to get her third on the game, continue to put the pressure. We missed Demekpour some cross down the right side with right earlier and looking to push forward again, and here we go. There's Ambrose again with the chip. Couple bounces. Back of the net. It is a goal. It's not real. Yeah, it looks like it is a goal. There was not a lot of celebration from anyone. I thought there might have been offsides, but the game is scored 3-3. Interesting. So look again, this big pass over top. Just past the Nicholls defense, and Ambrose again has been the fastest player on the field. Her second goal, 1v1, basically for the second time tonight. We've seen goals kind of come in pairs, one from each team. So Colonel fans, we mentioned about some of the turnover and how rosters are changing nowadays. What are some similar things from the 25 season they're going to see next week?
Yeah, you're gonna see a bunch of hardworking guys. I've been so impressed with the way our team has approached each phase of this year. And football year, man, a lot goes into building a team before you get to the season. And I love the way our team has approached each of the different phases of this year. From off season to spring into summer and fall camp, and then now we're ready for the next challenge. And I'm excited about the group. I feel like we got a lot more depth. We got a lot more players that are back, but also a lot of new faces that are going to be able to contribute to our team.
Yeah, I'm sure that's nice to kind of know what you have in some places as you're trying to figure out how everyone else works together. You see Pugh trying to get her third goal of the season, can't quite get through. Back to Rasponi, the big shot. Just left of the post. We've seen goals come in pairs, one from each side, 3 different times tonight. And a quick response from Coach Helmers and the Colonels. You've been with us. You've seen that sun set. It was bright and sunny out. Look, it is dark above the sugarcane fields of South Louisiana. So, Coach, I know you got to get going. Thank you for joining us. Potentially later in the season, we might get you Monday night. if you want to talk about kind of what's going, it's not too far from here. We can see El Barrio, a local restaurant, and what y'all are doing there.
Yeah, our first coaches show of the year on Monday night starts at 6 p.m. It'll be at El Barrio. You mentioned it, and a great opportunity to come out and learn about the 2026 Colonels. So we'll preview the team, kind of go position by position. Also take a look at the schedule. There'll be a Q&A segment. I've heard a lot of great things about El Barrio. Everybody loves to go there and have a good time, and we're just going to add a little Colonel football to it. So another reason to come out on Monday night and check us out. So look forward to seeing some people on Monday and then again on Thursday night when we open up at home.
Yeah, what's better than talking a little Colonel football and some tacos? Not much. Well, Coach, thank you for joining us. Get your daughter home tonight, get her to sleep, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Big school day tomorrow, so
yes,
we'll hit it.
Yeah, the Friday, get to finish the week strong.
That's it. All right, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Let's kind of join this action again. Once again, it's 2 halves in a row. We've seen some very consistent attacks from Alcorn down the right side, trying to get some crosses, and then some big passes either through the defense or over top. That is how that Grace Ambrose goal scored, a pass over the top through the middle. Twice for a very similar action. Through the middle, down the right-hand side. Not a lot on the left. Take a look at Angelina Risponi there for the Colonels, the midfielder. Pass back, Perellis having a little trouble handling that. A couple players we've seen slip. I don't know if as the sunset, some of the humidity and moisture settling on the field. See if that helps determine any of the action. That's Ambrose this time trying to go through, and it's Joseph Luma constantly putting people under pressure. Started the second half. 19, Larissa Joseph Luma. She scored against McNeese and has had a couple chances. Made the Nicholls defense have to make some quick decisions. Once again, we're down that right side for another Alcorn throw-in. This is Bernita Baffy. She's had the long throw-in, decides to go back this time. Now she's coming with the cross, put in right under pressure. Couple Braves there as Wright swallows that one and pushes it down the right-hand side herself. It's Guillory in the midfield. Wheeler takes her time. Plays it back. Kind of see how this game as it advances. It's been a lot more Alcorn offensive pressure. A lot of that has to do with the speed as they kind of beat the Nicholls. That's Grace Ambrose again. Ambrose with the hat trick. It is 4-3 Alcorn. The dangerousness of this Alcorn team is like you're just kind of in the midfield, nothing there, and a pass over top, and the speed of Ambrose is like 3 goals. All 3 have just beat the Nicholls defender. She almost took the jersey off, guaranteed card, and teammate stopped her from doing so. But we mentioned earlier in the first half, anytime Ambrose had the ball, there was something dangerous could happen, and 3 times it has. Scored more goals in this game than the other 2 games against Nicholls altogether. See Ambrose run off to the side. She might be getting a drink. See if the referee lets the Colonels play without Alcorn being set. It happened earlier after the second Alcorn goal. Nicholls defense got some things to figure out. Doesn't stop them from pushing forward. Risponi just almost connects with Pugh. Joseph Luma pushing forward. And once again, Joseph Luma there's offside. No, it's just out of bounds. I'm sorry. Couldn't quite keep it in. Was Joseph Luma. Joseph Luma Jr. from Cameroon. As we mentioned, the hat trick for Grace Ambrose. She had another goal in their opener against, Ambrose. One other goal this season, 3 today. We got a referee, sure that technically what to call that interference, just dropped the ball and back played it again. That was Kate Guillory. Couldn't quite connect there down the right-hand side. As the Braves push forward again. Ambrose there central. Josaluma now in the midfield. Ambrose around. Ambrose almost has her 5th. Tried to curve it into that right post. Couldn't quite get it. Looks like we have a sub coming for the Colonels. Doyle coming off. It looks like it might be Avano. Scored the second. Was Ambrose skirted around Brighton Brown. Couldn't quite get that to curve inside that right post. Just mentioned that sub, Jessica Avano, the second goal for the Colonels today. Josaluma offside. It's one place she's going to be. It's up top. A little too far up top that time. A lot of time left. Home opener. Nicholls Colonels need a response. Every time one team's gone up a goal in this game, the other team's responded. So see if that can happen. Colonels in the box trying to do it again. Alcorn pushes out fast. At it again. Look at Ambrose and Josaluma up top. A lot of speed. Had Demekwer out wide to the right as well. That was Anik Mangazuma. Couldn't quite connect. Had a whole lot of options. When Alcorn turns on him, man, the speed is evident. It's been tough for the Nicholls defense to handle all night. Grace Ambrose went scoreless, did factor into a goal, had an assist to Josaluma against McNeese, but has now scored in 2 straight goals against ULM and that hat trick here tonight. It's Kate Guillory with Ambrose behind her. I'm sure she's making sure. She glanced over her right shoulder, knowing where she is. Josaluma, Demekwer, Brighton Brown, that one, guide in that one just out. We're going to have a corner, and it looks like Demekwer is going to take it. Right foot. Alcorn pushes up. We have short, looks like Mangazuma. Bernita Bafi right in front of the goal. Dart glancing across the box, catches the head. Alcorn and out. We're going to have 2 Nicholls subs. Just under 30 minutes here to go. Looks like Kaylee Harris was one. We saw her the assist in the first half. And as Angelina Rasponi comes off, I think that other score, I think that is Gentry Watrous. So Watrous and Harris both played top line. It looks like Watrous might be dropping a little bit into midfield with Avano and Harris up top. Alcorn throw comes. Speed of Alcorn is dangerous. That was Rebecca Quoba throwing overhead, and there's Ambrose again. Colonel fans don't want to see her. It's Demekwer looking to take a shot. It is blocked. Played out. Ambrose, sure everyone here is kind of feeling get her off the ball. The tough thing is 2 of her goals have scored off of passes. She's just running through the defense. So once again, Bernita Bafi. So a big throw coming. So the Braves litter the box. Bafi Can't quite get it there. Miss on the shot there by Layla Llanos. Alcorn, constant pressure. The tough thing is the Colonels, the counter, not sure it'll be there, but Guillory tries to get up to Devano. It's probably going to go out of bounds. Counter's a little bit tougher when the Alcorn has their speed. Let's take a look again at Grace Ambrose. The Colonel fans don't want to see her anymore. Before she even scored a goal, we had recognized she could prove very dangerous. Baffy, another big throw. There we go. Watcher, Scott Harris. Pass back to Perales. A lot of pressure from the Colonels. Here we go. Alyssa Wheeler, see if she can get this one. The left foot rips it in. We got ourselves another tie. As the Colonel defense puts the Braves under pressure. They cannot connect a couple passes. Wheeler there intercepts this pass. And beautiful left foot, rips it just outside the box over Perales' head. Put Perales in a really tough spot there. Probably had to guess left or right, and she was caught flat-footed as the ball went over her outstretched arms. There's Alyssa Wheeler, her third goal of the season. It's her 5th year, Clovis, California. I mentioned her sister, Kaylin, also on the team of Clovis, California. Wheeler transfer last year from UC Irvine. Comes up big again for Coach Helmer and the Colonels. It is 4-4. You don't see that every day in a soccer match. It is 4-4. Nicholls went up 1-0. So the Colonels looking to get a 5th. Big rip. Wheeler trying to get her 2nd of the game. As I mentioned earlier, Nicholls went up 1-0. Alcorn answered. Alcorn went up 1-0. Right before half, the Colonels answered. Early on, Nicholls went up 3-2 in the second half. 2 straight goals from Alcorn, and then Wheeler has tied it up again, 4-4. I have a feeling we're going to see a goal or two still here in the last 26 minutes of this game. Nicholls seems to have caught a little bit of breath of life, trying to find Avano. Looked like she was onside as well. Eight goals. Not something you'll see every day. And I'm sure both coaches wish there's a few that hadn't gone in. Their defenses love to score 4 goals, don't like to give up 4. As the Braves push forward once again, that's Josa Luma. Seen the power in that right foot a couple times. Demekpor, the long looping cross to Mangazuma. So those 4 names a lot. Josa Luma, Mangazuma, Demekpor, and Grace Ambrose, who has the hat trick for the Braves. Looks like Mangazumas will have a cross here. Can she find anyone? No, just over Avano's outstretched leg. I'm not sure she got a touch on it, but Baffy gets there. Avano keeps the pass from going through. Harris pushing up on Quoba. We'll have a Nicholls throw-in. Just under 25 minutes. We have another sub coming. Look at Coach Helmer's. Look at what's going on. Avano coming off. Looks like Sydney Becker, we mentioned, played on the left side in the first half. Is back in, the Houma native, just south of Thibodaux. Long history of Houma natives wearing the Colonel red. But tonight, numbers are red. Oh, we may have a foul here. No, play on. But Colonel down. We'll see what happens. So Mangazuma out wide to the left. Stop that. Stop the pressure. Not sure who the Colonel was down, but she has bounced back up. As the Braves build out of the back. It's Quoba to Baffy. Baffy As we've seen, there's not a lot of possession in the midfield. So to have a pass forward, they take it. If not, they'll collect themselves in the back and find somewhere forward again. There's Josaluma with an opportunity. Not sure what her left foot will look like. We've seen a lot of power from the right. That play may have been coming to the left. A lot of Colonels there in defense. They can't get there. It's Grace Ambrose. No sign of Colonel legs as she darts it around a few defenders. See if she has an opportunity. Gets one to slide. The Colonels sniff it out as Becker looks to counter. She keeps it just in. So that's going to get back to Perales in the box. Just past Kaylee Harris. Mentioned first half she came on a sub. Did so Saturday at Arkansas Pine Bluff with 2 goals. Coming into today, one of 4 Colonels with 2 goals and an assist. Sorry, she now does. She had an assist earlier to Ivanyo, and that's Alcorn speed is non-stop as Mangazuma tries to find Josaluma. Big throw from Aslan right to Wheeler. Colonels push forward again. That is Harris in front of the bench. She looks to throw in. With another Nicholls throw in. Nope. Alcorn keeps it in. Now it rolls out. 22 minutes left here. Normally this is where we think hydration break, but we did not get one in the first half. And it is very hot. It is humid. Those hydration breaks are based upon actual readings. And so it may have been the fact that while it feels very hot and humid, it is, that wet bulb reading that they use may have not been high enough to necessitate that. Harris trying to find Becker. Becker out now wide to the left, keeps it in. She plays around Baffy, the cross in. Harris, header, oh, Perales. Incredible save. Harris, the diving header, almost got it just inside the left post. Great save as we take another look at that. Becker with the cross off the right. We look at Harris. Perales just gets her hand on it. That would have gave the Colonels the lead, and Harris her 5th goal. We have a 1 Colonel sub coming on here before the corner. It will be Alyssa Wheeler out left to take this corner for the Colonels. She has taken all the set pieces today. Try and get that sub here in a second for the Colonels. Nicholls looking to score their 5th and take the lead. Wheeler almost beats the pack of both teams. Try and get a look and see who that is that came on as a sub. Perales sets up again. A goal kick. Grace Ambrose. Mangazuma finds Ambrose. Josaluma central finds her, as we mentioned. Demekpour with the left foot. I don't think she realized how much space she had. She could have taken a touch or two. Aslan right there with the save from Demekpour. We mentioned that Josaluma, really strong right foot. Haven't quite seen what she's got from the left-hand side yet. Glancing header back to Perales. His 2nd free kick in about 12 seconds. And as Janos Borsico topped the defender, found herself in an attacking position. We haven't seen that much. She's done those same 4 names over and over again for Alcorn. Hillary looking to find Harris up top. Cannot. See if this rolls. Harris trying to keep it in. Cannot. We'll have another Perales goal kick. Big run there from Harris to try and keep that from becoming a goal kick. Couldn't quite keep it. Perales looks to set up again. 19 minutes to go here. Every time a team has taken the lead, The other is answered pretty shortly thereafter. We've had 8 goals tonight. The clock ticks down. If one team takes the lead, will there be enough time for the other to answer? Ambrose playing again. Tries to get by Wheeler. Just does. Gets the shoulder around her. Ambrose out wide to Demekpor. Demekpor has tried to get to the end line. Tries to do so again. Looks like Karis Phillip. This time leaves it. Will Aslan. Is it a? So it was a goal. So yes, it's been kind of hard to understand. There's been some positions where people might be offside. That is the second goal. As we take a look at this, that looks like that was Mangazuma. She scored the first goal on a PK. Apologize for the confusion. That there's just been a lack of celebration. I thought there was for the second time this game. It's as Nicholls Athletic Director Jonathan Terrell joins us again. Apologize. There's just the lack of reaction. I thought it was offside or there's a foul or something they missed.
I feel like they expect to score because they're not too much exciting. So I mean, they don't get too excited after they score for sure. They are just moving along.
We normally know if Grace Ambrose has scored, and she scored 3 tonight. She always celebrates, but it's a second tonight. Been a little unsure, just the lack of reaction, kind of from both sides. I guess didn't expect that from Alcorn, but from the Nicholls side, I guess hopefully that means they're ready to take this on. And as this game is gone, usually when one team goes up, the other one answers. So we'll see if the Colonels can do that again. It's kind of hard to do it 5 times in one game, though.
I know.
But there's still a lot of time. We may each score 6 tonight. Who knows?
It's a lot of goals in a soccer game, man.
We had 4 in the first 45. And here in less than 30, we've had 5. So we'll see. I don't know if the heat, the humidity is kind of wearing down on some people. I'm sure both teams coaches and staffs are happy with their ability to score, but they're probably hoping that they haven't given up as many goals. Nicholls has done so, some pressure up top. Gotten a few goals. The Alcorn strategy has been pretty clear down the right side and some crosses, and then through the middle, either on the ground or over top with a whole lot of speed as Demekpor tries to get it going again. We've said Demekpor, Mangazuma, Joseph Luma, and Ambrose. A whole lot tonight. Is that Joseph Luma trying to get another one? And there is the 6th goal for Alcorn. Over top, like we mentioned, right through the middle, Joseph Luma. And it is 6-4 Alcorn. Speed, power, and this is Bafti, who's been in a lot of throw-ins. Joseph Luma just past Presley Lecomte. So the Colonels have a tall order now, down 2 in their home opener. I guess if there's a game you get to come back from 2, it's one there's already been 10 goals scored.
No kidding.
Rather than a 2-0 game. This clock dwindles down. They're going to have to see some more goals. Looks like we got another Nicholls sub. Couple coming. Look at the Alcorn schedule as these Nicholls subs come in, and we'll get them. Mississippi State, the 10-day break. 3rd Southland Conference schools. They host Northwestern State. Jacksonville State at Troy. So they cross lines twice there to play in Alabama, and then at North Carolina. Looks like for the Colonels, it may have been Silk Nielsen, transfer from Embry-Riddle. Senior from Denmark. Get the other sub may have been Cameron Bonadonna. Geismar, Louisiana, sophomore. Came to Nicholls after her sister played here for 4 years. Seems like we've had 6 straight years of Bonadonna.
There's no doubt.
On the Nicholls field. Zambros looking to connect again. She's got a lot of space, trying to find something. Seen a couple times there. Nielsen shields it off for right. That's on the ground. That's Janos Borsico. We have a break here as the athletic trainer comes out to see Borsico. Nielsen shielded that. Borsico bounced off. Mentioned a couple times. It's cramping. I'm not sure kind of what's there. You see Nielsen just kind of shields it off, but Borsico bounces off her. Oh, it may have been the landing too. As I mentioned, I see right there. Cramping potentially.
Yeah, it looks. I don't know. Is it a hammy?
Yeah, I don't want to speculate too much, but I guess as a athletic trainer kind of takes a look at that. Let's pull up this Nicholls schedule. If they can't get it turned around, they're going to be looking for a win back here in Thibodaux on Sunday as both teams take a break during this injury. So a whole lot of Louisiana coming up here for the Colonels of Thibodaux, Louisiana. Grambling this week. They go next week and Lafayette at Louisiana, and then host the 5th Louisiana Christian. Playing another SWAC school in Prairie View on September 9th, and then finishing up the non-conference schedule, hosting Southern Miss, making the trip down for Mississippi. Whole lot of Mississippi and Louisiana early in the Nicholls schedule.
It's really good for our travel budget, Andrew. It is. It's awesome though to start. We played Alcorn for I don't know, the last probably 6 years since we've been here.
Yeah.
Since I've been here, and kind of like a little rival now that we have with them, and so a good program and a good test for us for the conference for sure.
Yeah, that SWAC footprint fits well with a lot of the Southland schools. You're going to see, as we mentioned earlier, Alcorn has played McNeese. They have Northwestern State coming up. It only makes sense, and as we've mentioned earlier in the first half, and then Coach Tommy Ryback, he came on with another SWAC institution, Mississippi Valley State, traveling here. It makes sense for everyone.
Yes, it
and
does.
A great partnership unofficially, I guess, between both conferences,
Yep.
but makes a whole lot of sense. And did not mention Southern, which is only about an hour and a half away in Baton Rouge, and then in the Houston area, Prairie View, and then Texas Southern as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't mention Jackson State either, in Mississippi as well. There's a lot of overlap, and it makes sense for a lot of partnerships and scheduling between those institutions. Janos Borsico comes off. Once again, we don't want to speculate, but pretty sure it looks like cramp. She was getting some hydration.
Good sportsmanship right there, man. I love to see it. Just checking on them, dapping them up as they're walking off the field, making sure everybody's okay, and at the end of the day, keeping the main thing, but still competing. Gotta love it.
Yeah, and in Nicholls defender, they've kind of been in and around Borsico there. Like they've been there. They've been in the same spot at some point.
Yes.
They know what that feels like. It's not fun.
Absolutely.
As you grow older, like you and I, like we experience that very briefly in the middle of the night every once in a while. We get a calf cramp or something, but that's not what it's like for these student athletes. So I know I was talking to an athletic trainer recently, and they're talking about like basically, like some of these hot days and just too many of them in a row, and you're not kind of taking care of yourself. There's just the lack of hydration, like the kind of full body cramps that people can have. Not fun as the Braves looking to get a 7th here again. Mangazuma dancing around that left-hand side, trying to get something going. Great defense, not allowing anything by her. I think it was Bonadonna. Bonadonna there again. Aslan Wright chases that one out. This is a good chance to counter potentially, but was it offside potentially?
Yes.
Yeah, offside.
Yes. Couldn't see it down here.
Yeah,
It was offside.
and there we look at Cameron Bonadonna. We mentioned sophomore came in recently. It's like that offside occurred a little further back in the play. 14 minutes for the Colonels to try and chip away at this lead. Very unusual score, 4-6. This is not Nicholls softball. It's Nicholls soccer.
No doubt.
I don't know the last time we've seen a game where both teams have scored at least 4 goals. It's been a long time. I know, obviously, scoring more goals is something that Coach Helmers and the Colonels wanted to do this year. As Sammy Doyle's back with 2 goals pestering the defense. As we mentioned, there we go. There's another chance. She's done it. Looks like Sydney Becker is in if she can find her. Oh, Doyle went right. Becker was left. That would have closed it down to 1 as Perales doing a good job here, wasting some time. Making Nicholls cover that up. I'm sure Perales going to take as much time as she can here. The clock is their enemy. It's to try and get out of Thibodaux. Make that drive back up to Lorman, Mississippi with a win. I'm sure for Coach Carribo, that and the rest of the team, that drive will be a whole lot better. We're starting the year 0-2. And looking, I'm not sure what kind of going on here. There's a player down. Let's see what's happening. We might come up with another break. I think that is Grace Ambrose. Their team's looking to go anywhere quite yet. We'll see what happens. And we're stopping the clock. We're going to take a little break here. I don't know. We'll see. We have stopped the clock. It looks like both teams are staying on the field. Looks like we may have a sub for Grace Ambrose. Sorry, that is not Grace Ambrose. That is Anik Mangazuma, who we just mentioned a little bit ago dancing. It looks like we have a new a substitute. I think Sammy Doyle just came off. Try and get that sub here shortly. It's the Alcorn throw-in. Colonel's looking to push forward, and as always, Alcorn is. They have had a foul here near mid. For the first time tonight, we mentioned Mangazuma came out. For the first time tonight, we're seeing Natalie Peniston-John, sophomore from Las Vegas. We're going to get a Colonel free kick just short of midfield. The entire team is pushed up. We got 7 right above the box. Another hanging out short, and the defender kicks a little short. That's good for Alcorn, bad for Nicholls, because it's Grace Ambrose who's able to get that possession. To Demekpour. We've heard that about 90 times tonight. Down the right-hand side as the Nicholls defense puts the pressure. That's Becker, can't quite keep possession. Phillip in defense. Gets Demekpour to guess the wrong way. Up the right sideline. Ambrose knocks it out. Nicholls throw in. Alcorn sub the next time they have the opportunity. 12 minutes left to go. Nicholls looking to cut that down. Almost had a chance a second ago. Bafti to Ambrose. Plays it back to Demekpour. Ruiz Montoya. Let's see a lot of this. Will play it back, find someone in the midfield, and then it's forward. And it's forward with speed. Giller able to get this one in the midfield. Can't quite connect. Good idea. Seen this a few times. If Nicholls can put that back line of Alcorn under pressure, it's created opportunities, and it has got them possession back. The Alcorn sub will wait. Becker has the throw in. The referee says a little too far there. Bring it back. Throw in from Karis Phillip. I think that was Jeslyn Nelson. Having trouble reading the numbers. Stopping the clock. We have an Alcorn sub. Stopping the clock because Alcorn is leading. And that sub coming into the game is Sophia Bobby. Started the game for Alcorn. Freshman from Ghana. Clock is not started, so any other situation, Perales probably wasting a few seconds if she can. It's Ruiz Montoya. Uh-oh. Space and Grace Ambrose have proved very difficult tonight.
It's not a good combo, my friend. Not a good combo.
That's a uh-oh if you're a Nicholls fan. That's the original meaning. It's uh-oh for if you're an Alcorn fan. It's kind of the slang. This was watch out, look what's coming. He's trying to connect over top there. It's Perales.
Ambrose is so smooth, Andrew. I mean, man.
She's got control of the ball. That's for sure.
No doubt.
Big boot from Perales back to Ambrose. She's got some space. She pushes it forward. Sees where she can go. She's got some help. Joe Saluma tries to get through. Oh, just out. That is Sophia Bobby. We have a potential injury here. We'll see if we'll have a stoppage in play. We have 3 Braves down at the moment. We'll see as Ambrose connects with Bobby. She just out wide. We have a stoppage in play. Look, we'll see the athletic trainer again. We have that is Joe Saluma down. So the athletic trainer comes to tend to her. We have several other players on the field stretching. I have a feeling that this heat and humidity, we mentioned the lack of hydration breaks and cramps are setting in. If you're Alcorn, driving in today probably doesn't help. Joe Saluma, again, don't want to speculate a lot, but you'll see Grace Ambrose fueling up again for the last 9:47 here. Both teams, I know they don't want to with these injury breaks, but both teams getting a break, an opportunity to get a little water.
I mean, they're doing a lot of running, man. When you got that many goals, you got to think about it. I mean, they are up and down this field like you wouldn't believe, and you know,
speed wins sometimes. I don't want to take away the skill of Alcorn, but the speed has been evident.
I hope this young lady's okay.
Yeah, that they have. Once again, don't want to speculate too much on injury. Joe Saluma is hopefully she is all right, but Coach Cabero, she's proved difficult. Mentioned 4 of those names. 2 of them, I believe, have gone out, and Mangazuma came out. She may be coming back in and trying to see the number. It looks like that is her playing up top. A lot of Mangazuma, Joe Saluma, Demekpour, and of course a whole lot of Grace Ambrose for Alcorn today. It's Demekpour there again. Seen as Sophia Bobby started the game, has come on here in his reserve role, and we've seen her a lot here in the last few minutes. Pushing forward quite a bit, playing in the midfield, and finds her way up top as well. She had that last shot. Clock ticks down. 9 minutes left here for the host Colonels in their home opener to get something going. It looks like if it'll happen, it looks like it's the forwards, midfielders really pushing forward and getting some pressure on the Alcorn defense and Perales, the goalkeeper. And just like this Kate Guillory can't quite get there, and no one there to connect with. That second ball. Alcorn playing this one a little slower. But here they come. Here's Mangazuma.
And there they go.
And Grace Ambrose looking to get her 4th. No one there. Mangazuma is there. And that is goal number 7.
I mean, they so fast, man.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned like they look like they may have been slowing it down and just running the clock out a little bit, and 5 seconds later, I think that's a tough thing. As a defender, you might think you're in good position, and next thing you know, someone's by you.
So fast, so much control. I mean, it is definitely good soccer.
Yeah, I did not expect to see 11 goals tonight when they showed up here at the Thibodaux Regional Wellness Center, but it has definitely happened. Not the game that Coach Christy Helmers and her staff were looking forward to. I don't want to take away from the rest of the Alcorn team. They played a tremendous game tonight. But Grace Ambrose has been sensational. The junior from Nigeria. Nicholls trying to squeak through. I guess that's the other thing. Despite the 4 goals, Alcorn defense has stopped a lot of opportunities. The Colonels have tried to get going. So this is just Ambrose's second season in Alcorn. Last year she played just played in 5 games. I don't know if there's an injury where it happened. She scored 2 goals and assists. I have a feeling that she's probably going to end up in the all-conference team in the SWAC by the end of the season. And if this game's any indicator, a few more players for Alcorn will have that opportunity as well. It's like Risponi trying to get something going in the midfield. Can't quite. Ambrose wanting to hold up, but as we just saw, like, they'll hold up for 1 second.
And then go.
Yeah, you don't get on
Just
your heels
like
because here they come, and Ambrose like, attacking position again. And we've seen her go right. We've seen her go left.
That's smooth.
Colonels clear. 7 minutes left to go to try and chip away at this 3-goal lead. As we mentioned earlier on, Nicholls had the 1-0 lead. Alcorn answered. Alcorn the 2-0 lead. Nicholls answered. Nicholls up 3-2. Alcorn answered. Alcorn scored a goal. Nicholls answered. And we scored 3 straight from Alcorn. Now, just under 7 minutes to go. May not be enough time for the Colonels to come back from this one. If they do, it'll have to happen fast. And we have a couple subs. The clock will stop since Alcorn is up. We have 4 subs coming, I believe.
Yep,
Oh, I'm sorry.
3.
Three for Nicholls and an Alcorn sub. Nicholls trying to reload, get some fresh legs, and push some stuff forward here. For the first time tonight, we're looking at Jocelyn Isaac, Colonels, number 23, freshman from Clover, South Carolina, making her debut in Thibodaux. Here's Phillip with the throw. When we start play again, clock is stopped. The leading team has a sub, whether both teams are subbing or not. Let's stop the clock, and the clock will start here on the throw, on the contact. Isaac in on the action early. Can't quite get under control, but Bofty, some great pressure. Kind of see what Alcorn's looking to do now. Not surprisingly, it's finding Grace Ambrose. Colonels are going to have to get some pressure and a turnover in their own half. It's worked 4 times tonight. They're going to need to work a few more. Speed again. We've got Mangazuma up the left-hand side. We've seen that. Sorry, that was. Apologize. It's Bobby. Seen it come on late here in the second half of the second half. It's final quarter. Nicholls throwing. Got to get it moving. This might be an opportunity. Alcorn pressure, pushes it back. It's going to be a foul, though.
I was wondering why she stopped. I was like, that's not going to be good.
We'll see. Nicholls had a similar free kick earlier in the half. But their position similar as well. You can see most of the team just left of your screen. Bonadonna trying to get the big kick, does on the edge of the box, header out. Here comes Alcorn again. That's Mangazuma now on the right side. We've seen her a lot on the left. Shoulder by the defender. Yeah, it's a tough thing of those plays in the box sometimes. A bounce here or there, a shoulder turns a little way. We're going to have a corner. I believe this is Bobby that will be taking a corner out to the left. Saw it in the Louisiana Tech game last week for Nicholls. It's kind of bouncing around, and one of the Colonel players trying to turn out of the way, and ball ricocheted and kind of glanced into the goal. Not a lot you can do there. Bobby plays it short. That's Mangazuma with the turn.
And then
another corner coming. It's like a right foot coming from Bobby. No need to hurry here, but she comes again. This time across the front of the goal. So the Colonels headed out. Under 4 minutes. Coach Helmers and the Nicholls Colonels trying to get one on so they can get a little bit closer. Tall order. Last 30 minutes. More speed this time. Haven't always seen it in the defense tonight from Alcorn, but speed everywhere on the field. Not the first person to say speed wins either. And right now, Rasponi trying to connect at that time with Isaac. Can't quite get through. And JT, you mentioned it. The speed is there, and it's I think probably visible to anyone watching tonight. But the skill has come with it as well. Obviously, we've seen it with Ambrose a lot, but even Josaluma, who's had a whole lot of power, has been there, and we've seen Demekpor and Mangazuma as well.
Yeah, as much as we talk about their speed, talk about their control of the ball and passing and making right moves, and it's been pretty neat to watch. To have speed and all of that is pretty tough.
Yeah, I'll say we've seen a whole lot of soccer games here in Thibodaux, Louisiana over the years, and the pair usually doesn't come together.
Correct.
If there's a lot of speed, you're just trying to beat it over the top and hopefully get one or two really good opportunities a game. Sometimes that's enough. But the speed has come there with finishing and putting it in some good spots. They've definitely taken advantage of the opportunities they've had, but a lot of those have been opportunities they've created.
Correct.
Big 5-goal second half, for the Braves as Colonels trying to chip away this 3-goal lead that Alcorn has. Under 2 minutes now. One thing we haven't seen with this lead is Alcorn right there normally kind of play it back, take your time. When they have an opportunity, they go forward. I guess they're doing what got them here.
Oh.
As Bobby out wide. Bobby's shot to Aslan right, able to knock it down. 1 minute, 12 seconds left here. Colonels are to score, would stop the clock, and this is about the time. Great pass there from Phillip up to Becker, can't quite get through. 1 minute remaining. Becker taking the throw, looking to get a big throw in. That is to Isaac. Isaac turn can't quite fully be completed, but keeps the ball. So Colonels switch the field. 45 seconds to go. Whole lot of work here for the Colonels to do to tie this one up. Probably not enough time, but that doesn't mean they won't try. And the Nicholls throwing as the clock ticks down. 30 seconds left. Smart play there. Nicholls throw with 20 seconds. Ticks down to 15, our last quarter of a minute. And Alcorn hasn't stopped trying to play forward.
10, 9, 8, 7.
The last chance here is Isaac trying to break through the middle. Can't quite do it as Bafti sniffs it out, and Alcorn plays the ball to the final whistle. If you wanted goals, you got a whole lot of them tonight in Thibodaux. That's Coach Ben Cabiro, and his Alcorn Braves will ride home back to Lorman, Mississippi happy on the back of a 7-4 victory over the host Colonels. Got some highlights. There's an early goal there from Doyle. Mangazuma with the answer. More Ambrose, and we'll leave that lasting image of Grace Ambrose in your head.